Just going back to your academy days when you were with Man U and stuff, and then when that came to an end, what was the story behind where you went after Man U?
Well, I went back to Crewe, believe it or not, and my game totally transformed from the time I was at Crewe. I was basically a skillful ball-playing centre forward.
Yeah.
And when I went to Man U, I changed my game to more of a hard-working, tackling. Well, not midfield, also centre forward, but really it was Bobby Gould who transformed me. He's the first one that put me in midfield when I was at Crewe. Yeah. So it wasn't even Dario Gradi who moved me back into midfield, it was Bobby Gould. So I've got a lot of time to thank him for, and that transformed me as a player, as a person, really. But Dario actually said to me, when I come back from Man U, I'd lost all my technical ability, which was a strange thing to hear.
Yeah.
But in a way, it was right. So, but I got it back and never looked back since.
So they say. Yeah. And also, is there a story about I read in the papers recently about Alex Ferguson saying when he had to let you go, and what was the story behind that?
Well, he pulled me into his office and he said, you go into Alex Ferguson's office and he's sitting there and he says, you're not going to be good enough for this club, which is obviously heartbreaking at the time. But then he said,
the world had just ended.
Horrendous. And then but he did say, you will make it somewhere. I believe you will. Not here. And maybe one day you might come back to haunt me. So it's a true saying.
Glad you have.
Yeah, I've played
what
against
a great
Man U.
thing for the great Sir Alex to say that about you.
Yeah, yeah. To say you would make it. Yeah, it was nice. So.
Yeah. And the guys that you played with were the likes of Giggs and Beckham, and as a pro footballer, those guys have been really successful, but they were kept on by Sir Alex, and you were let go. Was there any bitterness around that time of why me? And
no, not at all, because when you grow up together, I was with them for 5 years, and you eat together, you socialise together. Yeah, you do. We're all in digs. Obviously, Giggsy wasn't, but Bex, Keith Gillespie. A lot of them, you're like a family. Yeah. When it's not just getting let go by a football club, you're losing people you've grown, you've matured.
Family a little bit,
you've matured with. So that's, but these days, there's kids at 7 years old getting told they're not going to be good enough.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And it's how they bounce back from that, because everybody in sport has setbacks all the time. But when you're 20, 25, you can kind of handle it and put it in perspective. But when you're 7, it's just
exactly, when you're 7
years old. What do you say to a 7-year-old? You're not wanted.
I know. I think there's far too much pressure on these days.
Yeah, no, I would agree. But what do I know? Talking about grassroots and your son, would it be something that you would really encourage him to be a footballer, or would you?
Well, obviously, because what I've done over the years, I'd love him to be a footballer, but I've said him many times, I'll back him whatever he wants to be, whatever it may be. If he's a builder, plumber, footballer, tennis player, golfer, whatever. Yeah. As long as he's happy and healthy, that's all I'm concerned about. Of course, I'd love to see him run out of Wembley or whatever, but it's not the be-all. It's not the be-all and end-all.
And what advice would you give to, say, an 11-year-old if they come up to you and say, Robbie, what's the best advice you can give me to be a footballer?
It's a difficult, for me, sheer hard work and determination. Don't get strayed by your mates. Because the temptations now for, is great out there. With obviously now as we speak, a recession out there, and people are getting into lots of trouble, and for any young kid, they can easily be led the wrong way. So for me, the advice I'd give them is to, if you want to be a footballer, sheer hard work, determination. Don't get drawn into things that you shouldn't. Yeah. And at the end of the day, the biggest thing, if you're good enough, you'll make it. If you're not good enough, you won't. It's as simple as that, really.
Gabby Logan, Helen Chamberlain.
How's bells?
Corrie, EastEnders.
Corrie.
Chinese, Indian.
Indian.
Ice baths, massage.
Massage.
Boxers, briefs.
Briefs.
Trainers, Uggs.
Trainers.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Speed or stamina?
Stamina.
Fast cars, fast women.
Fast cars.
Ah! I didn't even choose fast women. Favourite player in the world?
Mark Hughes.
Favourite holiday destination?
Oh, south of France.
Favourite gift you have ever given? Your love.
A car.
Oh, nice one. Favourite part of training?
Finishing.
Yeah. Favourite colour?
Blue.
Favourite shirt number?
8.
Favourite football ground?
Villa Park.
Favourite sport other than football?
Pool.
Grassroots Football Live, June the 12th to June the 14th at the NEC.
See you there.